Shall we start? So what we are discussing? So we are discussing what? The collection framework, right? So we are discussing about the collections framework, and mainly we are discussing about the 9 interfaces in the collection. Okay. So we completed almost all. How many interfaces we completed? 6 or 7. Okay. So discuss once again. Just I'll give a list. One is collection is one main interface. Okay. Next, list, set, map, queue, sorted set, navigable set, hash map. Hash map is an interface. Alright. Sorted map and navigable map. So how many things? Okay. So total 9 interfaces. So we already discussed collection, list, set, map, queue, sorted set, and navigable set. Okay. So these are the list, set, and a queue. So what is a superclass? Collection is a super for all the 3 interfaces, meaning for list, for set, and queue, not for map. So map is completely different. So if you take collection is one movie, the first half is list, set, and queue. Okay. The second half is what it's map. Okay. So map is not the child of collection interface. So mainly why we are using these collections? Mainly why collection concept is used? Which is used to? Collection is what? Collection is a group of objects. Collection is what? It's a group of objects. Okay. To maintain some group of objects, you can go for either list, set, or queue. Okay. And we already discussed a map also. But map will maintain the data in a key comma value pairs. Remaining 3 collections, you will not give any key to maintain a value, maintain an object. But especially in case of map, we'll give a key. We'll give a key for the object. Okay. So in the map, mainly map is also a collection. Map is also a collection which is used to maintain the data, or which is used to store some data in an object format. But with respect to other things, it will maintain the data in a key comma value pairs. To store an object, will specify a key. So collection is a main interface. So what is the chains for this? Sorry. Map is a main interface. For this map, the child implementation for this map is one is hash map. Next, another thing is weak hash map. Next, so like we have some implementations for this map. In our previous class, we already discussed about this. In our previous class, we already developed one sample example for hash map also. Okay, in the hash map collection, the data is maintained in a key comma value. If you want to store a value, we had to specify one key, we had to specify. Okay, and to store a value, we had to specify one key, right? So can you store multiple values? I mean, can you store the duplicates here? Can you store duplicates? See here, you had to specify two things, one key and one value. So values may be duplicate, but keys you cannot give duplicates. For example, once again, if you give the same key, the existing value is going to be override with that key. Okay. So once again, we'll see the hash map, then we'll go for the sorted map and the navigable map. Okay. Today it's already late, right?
Hello, all rooms, it's audible. Room 3, room 1.
కొందరు ఉన్నారు బాస్, నేను ఏ క్లాస్ రూమ్లోకి వెళ్తే అలా ఆ రూమ్ మాత్రం కనపడలేదు. కొంతమంది ఏంటంటే నేను ఏ క్లాస్ ఉంటే ఆ క్లాస్కి వస్తారు, ఓకే ఫైన్. ఇంకొంతమంది ఏంటంటే నేను ఏ క్లాస్కి వెళ్ళినా వాళ్ళు ఆ క్లాస్లో ఉంటారు అన్నమాట, వేరే క్లాస్కి వెళ్ళిపోతున్నారు. ఎందుకని అట్లా? క్లాసెస్ నచ్చట్లేదా? So first, so we'll develop one sample example for a hash map. Then after that, we'll go for the sorted map and the navigable map. Okay. So what is the implementation class for map? Map is an interface, right? For that map interface, one of the implementation for the map interface is hash map. Okay, so we'll create one class. Let us take hash map test. So here, create an object for hash map. Create an object for hash map. So map dot, how to add the values? What is the method name? Put is the method. Okay. So put. So we had to give, because previously if you want to add a values, there is a method called add. Because add is a method of collection interface. It is not the child of collection interface. So add method will not work here. So if you want to insert the data, put is a method. So we had to give a name and we had to give a value. Let us take name is, let us take student ID is a name. So come on, give a name. If you want to insert the data, so this is the logic. Okay. Next, save it. Hash map test dot java. So compile the code. Java C. If you say it is completed, then I will complete it. So we'll go to the directory location. So Java C hash map test.java. So because of we had to import the util package, we had to import java dot util dot star. Okay, so there isn't any errors. So Java hash map test. Is it mandatory, madam? Is it mandatory to use system.out.println hash map test? I think just we added the data into the map. So at the time of retrieving the data, previously in case of list, we used get method for retrieving the data. In case of set, we used one class called Iterator for reading the data. Okay. So here, from the map, if you want to read the data, so whatever the key you specified, we have to specify the key for reading the data. So here, if you want to read the data, what we have to specify? We have to specify a key. For example, I want to get the student name. So if you want to get the student name, so you have to write so system.out.println of, so whatever the key is specified, so you have to specify a key, you have to specify here, that is test name. So Java C hash map test, Java hash map test. So if you want to get the value, map dot get up, specify the key. hash map test, we got the output. Whatever the value is available with the name s name, we got the value. Okay. So here, even though it's very difficult to maintain, for example, I want to maintain 1 lakh records. I want to maintain. So is it possible to maintain 1 lakh records with map? It's possible, but for each and every value, we had to specify one name. We have to specify one key. It's difficult to remember the keys. Okay. So, but in very rare cases, this collection is also useful. If it is mandated to give, a name at that time only, then we'll go for the map. Okay. So here, map is one of the collection which is used to maintain the data in a key comma value base. Okay. So next, what is the next interface? The next interface in the collection. What is the next interface? Sorted map. So sorted map, which is used to arrange the data in a some specific sorting order. By using which parameter to arrange the data? By using key or by using value? Internally, it will maintain the data in a key comma value pairs only. But if we use sorted map, it will maintain the data in some sorting order by using keys, not by using the values. So it will maintain the data in some sorting order by using the keys. Okay. So here, in place of hash map, so we had to use what? The sorted map. So we cannot see internally in which order the data is stored, because we cannot see, right? Internally it will arrange the data in a sorting order by using what? Keys. Programmatically we have the capability to print the values. Programmatically we don't have any method to print the keys. Correct or not? Programmatically we have a capability to print a values, not the keys. So internally it will maintain the data in some sorting order by using the keys, not by using the values. So if you use sorted map, internally it will arrange the data in some sorting order. First course will be stored, next the student ID, and after that student name. Okay. So programmatically we don't have any capability to see the value, to see the key. What is a key? What is a key user is specified in the map. Okay. If you want to see, we'll see some methods. What is the interface name? Sorted map, right? So how to see the methods? Java p, java dot util dot sorted map. Okay. So set, which is used to insert the data. So next, collection. If you want to add one collection to the map, then we use dot collection method. Okay. Head map, you will get the first map. Tile map, you will get the last value. Head map and the tile map. So map dot, what is the method name? But what is the return type of this head map and tile map method? See the return type. It is returning the object it is returning, or so one second. This sorted map is one interface. Sorted map is what? It is one interface. Previously, the file is not saved. That's why you got an output. We created an object for what? Sorted set, right? This sorted set is an interface. Can you create an object for the interface? No, right? So we need some implementation class for this interface. The implementation class for this sorted set and the navigable set, that is a tree map. Sorry. Yes, tree map only. What is the implementation class for this sorted map and the navigable map? tree map. Okay. So can I take like this? Come on, boss. Can I write the code like this? We can write. We can take, right? Volume penchala. Penchala. So this sorted map and the navigable map both are the interfaces. The implementation class for these two interfaces is what? What is the implementation class name? Tree map is the implementation class. Previously we created an object for sorted map is equal to new sorted map. That's why we got an exception because sorted map is an interface. You cannot create an object for the interface. Okay. So now Java P java.lang. See what are the methods in the tree map class. Java.util.tree map. So tree map is one of the implementation for the contains key, meaning if you specify one key, it will tell you whether this key is available or not. Next, if you specify contain value, if you pass a value to tell you whether the value is available or not. You will get the, by using get method, you will get the, you have to specify a key, we have to specify, you will get a value. Okay. So the tree set so these are the list of methods in the sorted map interface. What are the methods? Submap, head map, tail map. So these are the methods in the sorted. Okay. So just I'm printing what it will, we'll see what it will print in head map and tail map. Java C hash map test. We create an object for sorted map only, right? Method head map in interface sorted map cannot be applied to given types. Key. So for head map, we had to specify the key. We had to specify. Let's take keys. Course is Java and SID is 1, 2, 3. What we specified actually? Name we specified. What we got? 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2, 3 and Java we got. So it's waste of our time to discuss all these things. Okay. And for making experiments also. Just remember, only try to understand one thing. Map which is used to maintain the data in a key comma value pairs. Sorted map which is used to maintain the data in a key comma value pairs, and will maintain the data in a some sorting order by using keys. So what is the next one? Navigable map. So navigable map which is having some utility methods, to get the next value, to get the previous value. In our last example, we already seen in the set. In the set, there is some method, poll first, poll last. There are some methods which is used to get the next value. Okay. So Java P, Java.util.navigable map. Okay. So navigable map is also a subtype of map interface which is having some utility methods like lower entry, floor entry, higher entry, first entry, last entry. Okay. So lower entry we had to specify the key we had to specify. So here I specified map dot get of s name I specified. So you'll get a key you'll get. What is the method name here? We'll search any one method. For example, first entry will see last entry and first entry and last entry will see. So map dot what is the method? First entry so what is the first value we got here? Java. And one more thing, in which order you inserted the data, it will not maintain the data in a order. In which order you inserted the data, it will not maintain the data in a same order, because for inserting the data we are using some key value pairs, right? So no need to maintain any order. To read the data we will specify a key, or we will specify index, we will specify. Key will specify. Then what is the need of maintaining an order? Okay. So map will not maintain any insertion order. Okay. It will maintain the data in a key, whatever the key you specify. To get the value also we had to specify a key we had to specify. Okay. So these are the four interfaces, meaning the four main interfaces are list, set, queue and map. Okay. In the industry, to say frankly, either we use either list, set or map. We'll never consider queue. Okay. So one is list, set or map. Mainly we use either list or either map. Set also will never use generally. Either we use either list or map. Map is also in very rare cases. If it is a requirement of storing one object with some name, then only we'll go for map. Otherwise, we'll go for array list. Okay. So these are the main four collection interfaces: list, set, queue, and map. Okay. So be perfect in any one of the collection, whatever it may be. Either it may be list, or it may be set, or it may be a map, anything. If you got a requirement to maintain some data in your program, you should know how to maintain the data by using collections. It may be anything. It may be a list, or it may be a set, or it may be a map. Generally, maximum 99% of the cases, we use list. Okay. So one of the implementation for list is what? List interface is what? Array list. Okay. So work out on all these things. So the next thing is cursors in collection. So what is the next one? Cursors in collections. Mainly cursors which is used to read the data from a collection. Cursors is used for what? To read the data from a collection. Okay. So here there are three types of cursors are there in Java. There are three types of cursors. One is enumeration. Enumeration is one cursor. Iterator is one cursor. Next, list iterator is another cursor. List iterator is another cursor. Cursor which is used to read the data from a collection. These are the three cursors we are having: enumeration, iterator, and list iterator. This enumeration is for legacy collections. This enumeration is for what? Legacy collections. Legacy in the sense? So old collections. Okay. So these are the three cursors in the collection. Okay. Any queries? So here in Java, the legacy collections are we have two legacy collection implementations. One is vector is one thing, another thing is stack. Vector and stack, these two are the legacy collection implementations. Legacy means actually collection concept is came in Java 1.5. But before 1.5 only these two are available. These two are available in Java. One is vector is available from Java 1.2 version. Even stack is also available from Java 1.2. The old version, the old collections, these two things. If you take collection concept came from Java 1.5. Like given, right, list is an interface. For the list interface, we have some implementation classes. Array list is one thing. Next, vector, linked list, and stack are the implementations for the list interface. Okay. So like vector and stack, these two are the legacy collections. Legacy collections means old collections. Okay. So these two things are available before collection framework in Java. For example, if you want to read the data from this vector, how to read the data from this vector? If you want to read the data from list interface, we are having some methods. What are the methods? Get method. Get method, if you pass index, you will get a value. Okay. So let's see, is there any get method kind of thing is available in the vector or not? We'll see. So Java P, Java dot util dot vector. Is there any method for reading the data for get kind of thing? Where? So you have a method called get method. You have to pass in index. Next. So we had to pass an index, but I want to get all the list of values. In a collection, we are having some values, right? For example, I have some 1000 values. Okay, so I want to get one after another. I want to get. Okay, of course, by using get method also we can read the data. In case of list and in case of set. Okay, so we are having one more classes called for reading the data. Generally, we use these things, either enumeration, iterator, or list iterator. Okay. So for these legacy behaviors, if you want to read the data, generally we use what? Enumeration. For legacy collections, if you want to read the data, we use what? Enumeration. See what are the methods are available in the enumeration. So Java P, Java dot util dot enumeration. So enumeration. So what are the methods it is having? It is having only two methods. One is has more elements is one method, and the next element. The return type of has more elements is a boolean type. It will tell you whether the next element is available or not. If you want to get a value, we use what? If you use next element method, if you call, you will get a value. You will get. Okay. So we'll see how to insert the data, how to insert some data into vector, and how to read the data by using enumeration. Okay. So before that, we'll see what are the methods are available in the vector. Java P, Java dot util dot vector. If you want to add a data, is there any method called add? For adding the data, is there any method called add method? Where? Add method is add element for inserting the data. If you want to read the data,
you want to get
set element insert a specific position. Is there any method for reading the data? Add all, which is using add one collection. Okay, add all already in the last class I already given the example also. What is the difference between add all and add? What is the difference between add all and add? Add method.
Adding all the values.
Add all method, which is used to add one collection. Let us take one more collection is there. I want to add the collection values to this one. At that time we will specify add. If you want to add a normal value, go for add method. Next, for reading the data. For adding the data, there is a method called add element method we use for inserting the data. For reading the data, we are having a get method is also one thing. And one more thing is elements is one method. Is there any method called elements? Elements count.
Elements.
Otherwise, return type is enumeration.
Elements. Elements ఉంది సార్.
ఎక్కడ ఉంది?
Is empty.
Each element is different. Element is different.
Is empty. కొంచెం పైన అక్కడే.
There is a method called elements is a method. So what is the return type of this elements method? Enumeration is a return type. Okay. So we use enumeration this elements method for reading the data. Okay. So we'll insert some data into vector and we'll see how to read the data by using the enumeration. Okay. Of course, there are different ways out there. Just my intention is you have to understand. Okay, there is a class called enumeration which can be used for reading the data. Okay. So we'll create a class. Let us take class name is vector test is a class name. So we'll create an object for vector. We'll create an object for vector. So we'll add some data to the vector. Vector dot, what is the method? Add elements or element? Elements method which is used to get the enumeration for reading the data. For adding the data, add elements, add element. Okay, so what is the method name? Add element is the method. We'll add some values. So we'll add some values to the vector. So we added some values to the vector. For example, if you want to read the data, okay, there is a method called get method is there. If you pass the index, you will get the value. But I want to read the values one after another. I want to read the values. Okay. So if you want to read the values one after another, we have a class called enumeration. What is the class name? Enumeration is a class is equals to vector dot. There is a method called elements is a method. When you call elements method, the return type of this elements method is what? Enumeration. Okay. So import java dot right. This is correct. ENU. So enumeration, V dot elements. Okay. Basically, I never went spoken English classes. Okay. So if you want to read the data, we have only two methods in the enumeration. What are the two methods? Has more elements is one method. Next method is what? Next method. So first I want to know whether the elements are available or not. If elements are available, I want to repeat how many elements are available. So I'm writing one statement while e dot has more elements. So this method will tell you, the return type of this method is a boolean type. It will tell you whether the elements are available or not. Okay. The elements are available. I want to print the value I want to print. If you want to print the value, system.out.println of e dot next is a method. System.out.println of e dot next. Okay, just save it. Where? Okay, so it as a project. So Java C vector test dot Java. Next element Java space vector test. Okay. So by using enumeration also we can read the data. Okay. So here for reading the data one after another we use this enumeration. But we have some few problems in the enumeration. The problem is this is only for legacy collections, meaning only for vector. Another thing is stack. You cannot use this one for the some advanced collections like these things, list, set, map. This is not useful for all these things. Correct or not? Okay. So that's why the next cursor is what you know. What is the next cursor? Iterator. Okay. So after enumeration, we are having two main issues in the enumeration. The first thing is this is only for legacy collections, only for stack and vector. The other thing is there is no any remove method. For example, I want to read removers. For example, at the time of reading the data only, for example, the value is equals with Rajesh. I want to remove that one. Then how to write the logic? There are 1 lakh records first. Okay, so I'm reading one after another. So let us take if any record is equals with Rajesh. Let us take Shrikant. I hate Shrikant. Let us take. So because he is my first team lead, so he shown torture, real torture he showed. Okay, so that's why I'm here. I'll tell you a small story. Okay, so at the time of reading the data, if any value is equals with Shrikant, I want to remove that name. Okay, this is a requirement. So at that time, is there any remove method? No. Is there any remove method in the enumeration? No, we don't have. Okay. So the next collection is Iterator. The next collection is what? Iterator. Let us take values I inserted by using vector only. Values I inserted by using vector only. But at the time of reading the data, we have one cursor class called enumeration. A cursor class called enumeration. But now, for reading the data, I don't want to use enumeration. I want to use what? Iterator I want to use because I don't have a remove method. I don't have in the enumeration. So here, what is the next cursor? Iterator. So Java P Java dot util dot iterator. Okay. So these are the methods. Has next, just only one additional method, that is that is a remove method. Okay, and this iterator can be applicable for any collection. This is not only for stack and not only for vector. This you can apply this collection for, you can apply this iterator for any collections. Okay, so here to see what is the method is available in stack for the iterator. There are only two methods, right? Has more element and the next element method. So Java P, Java.iterator. So additionally, we have one more method here, that is a remove method. You can remove a particular element, you can remove. So here in vector, we'll see what is the method. So Java P, Java.vector elements method. Elements method will return you which object? Enumeration object will return. So now we have to see what is the method is returning the iterator object. We have to see a method. What is the method? Is returning which object? Iterator object. We have to test. So here Java P Java.iterator. So which method is returning iterator object here? Which method is returning the iterator object? Iterator method. This is iterator method. This iterator method will return you the iterator object. Okay. So which method you have to use now? So previously it's enumeration. Now it is what? Iterator. So which method you have to call? V dot iterator or iterator, whatever. Okay. So iterator. Huh? The class name is going to start with capital letter. Method name is going to start with the small case. Okay. The same logic you can use. Dot has more elements, or what is the method is available in the iterator interface? Okay. So has next is a method. If you want to get a value, next is a method. So here, what is the method name? Has next. Has next, and if you want to print a value, what is the method name? Next is a method to print a value. Okay, just save it. Java C vector test, Java vector test. Okay. So by using iterator also we can read the values. Okay, we got the values. So I told you, right, there is some additional method in the iterator which is used to remove a particular object. So here I'm writing the logic here. To store into one string variable, string msg is equal to what? msg is equal to iterator dot next method. So that you will get a value, right? You will get a value from the collection. We store that one into one msg. So here I'm writing the logic here. First print this one. Print the value. First print the value. Next if this value is equals with the msg dot, there is a method called equals or equals ignore case. If this is equals with, we'll give some name. If this is equals with Mahesh, this is equals with the Mahesh, I want to remove that now. I want to remove that element from the vector. So directly you can write this one. V dot remove of. Directly can you call V dot remove? Directly remove method, right? Directly you can call the remove method, you can call. So this element is going to be removed. When this element is going to be removed, if the value is equals with Mahesh, then it will remove the value. So we'll do one thing. So after removing this, after removing the value, once again I'm printing the value. But here I'm not writing if MSG is equals with Mahesh or not. Are you understand? We inserted three values. We are reading the data. At the time of reading the data, if the value is equals with Mahesh, we are removing that from the vector. So just for our confirmation, after removing the data, what is the logic written here? Once again, we are calling this one. Otherwise, do one thing. Just only you can call vector dot. Is there any method called size in the vector? Is there any method called size? Size or length? Is there any method called size? See here. Get, add, remove, clear, contains all, string subset, remove range. In size. Okay. So here size. So we'll do one thing. So before calling this one, I am printing the values. Before calling this iterator, I am printing the size. Okay. So after reading the value and removing the value also, I am calling the size. I am calling. Okay. So we'll test the application. First, we'll say this. Java C vector test. What is the method it's saying? Incompatible types. No suitable method found for remove. Read the complete exception, you will find a solution. Method vector remove int is not applicable. Actual and formal arguments list differ in length. So see the first exception. What is the exception it is giving? Required string. But what we found? Found object. We are reading the second exception. First exception, see. Error incompatible types. String MSG is equal to E dot next. Required string. But what we found actually? Where is int, man? Required what? String, right? What we found here? Object we found. So here we are getting a typecasting exception. Object cannot be cast to string, it is saying. So then what is the logic you have to write here? Typecasting. So here MSG is equal to string of E dot next. So it will convert that object to string, it will convert. Okay. So this is the first exception. So here you don't need to write this E dot next. Directly you can write MSG. Because we stored that value into MSG, right? Okay, you can print the value. So Java C vector test. No suitable method found for remove. Previously what we specified? It's E dot remove. So Java C vector test, Java vector test. So previously, initially, what is the size? 3 is the size. Now we remove that value. So by using iterator object, now the size we got is 2 we got. Okay. This iterator is also which is used to read the values from any collection, and it is having one additional method called remove method for removing a value. Still, it is also having one issue. The issue is So only it is reading the data in a forward direction. Only it is reading the data in a forward direction, one after another. Is there any method? For example, I want to insert the data. Is there any method? The time of inserting the data, let us take, unfortunately I given, let us take, I want to rename the Srikanth name with some other character. Already Srikanth name is there, right? I want to replace that name with some other name. So is there any method called replace here? No, there is no any method called replace. That reading data is also in a only forward direction. Let us take, I want to read the data from backward direction, I want to read. So is there any methods? No. Okay. So we don't have any replace methods, and we don't have any the bidirectional, we don't have in the iterator. So the next cursor came into the market, that is list iterator. So java p java.util.list iterator. Okay. So it is having a method has next. All you know these two things. What is has next and next? The next two methods, which is used to read the data in a backward direction, has previous and previous, next index and previous index, a remove method, set method and add method. Set method which is used to replace. Set method which is used to replace. Add method which is used to add a new object to add. Okay. So same logic you can write, but here in place of iterator, what is the next cursor? List iterator. So here see the vector, what is the method to get the list iterator? Elements method is returning the enumeration object. Iterator method is returning the iterator object. See, so here I want to get the list iterator. See what is the method? Java p java.util.vector. See which method is using returning the list iterator? The last one. The last one is what? List iterator method returning is what? List iterator object it is returning. So here, what is the method name here? List iterator. The vector object dot list iterator method will return the list iterator object. Same you can use this has next method which is used to print the values. I'm commenting this logic. I'm removing this logic also. So Java C, vector test, Java, vector test. So here, what are the additional methods? You can add some data and you can replace, right? So here, do one thing. First print all the values and we'll write some logic here. If so I want to replace this one. If msg dot equals ignore case or equals, if this is equals with, let us take Srikanth name. If this is equals with Srikanth, so I want to replace this one with some other character. So here v dot, what is the method name for replace? Set is a method. So in place of Shiva, I want to give, let us take, in place of Srikanth, I want to give Shiva. Just save it. Okay. So next, what is another method? You can add, right? You can add some value. You can add to the list. So let us take if vector dot, or if this msg dot equals, right now if it is reading the data, from, right now if it is reading the data from let us take Lokesh record. Right now if it is reading the data from Lokesh record, so we'll print the previous value will print system.out.println of what is the method name? Your e object dot previous is a method. So we'll do one thing. We added some values to the list. We modified one name with Shiva. Shrikant name we modified with Shiva. And system.out. We'll do one more thing. If right now it is reading the data from Rajesh, if msg dot equals right now if it is reading the data from Rajesh, so let us take. I want to add some new value. I want to add. So your list iterator object dot add is a method. You can add some value. Okay. So we added, we replaced, and the previous one we printed. Okay. So we made some changes, right? We made some changes in the existing vector object. So we'll print one more thing. Or just for confirmation, we'll do one thing. We'll do system.out.println of this is before modifying the vector. Okay. The next one is after modifying a vector, again we'll create one more list iterator will take for reading the data. Give some other name, otherwise you'll get same name. V dot list iterator. Next y e1 dot what is the method name? Has next system.out.println of system.out.println of vector dot next is a method. Okay. Save this. So it does application and it makes some small changes. This is what? This is after modifying, right? After modifying the data, once again we are printing the values in the list. Okay. So Java C vector test no suitable. So 1 second. It's not vector dot set. It is e dot set. Next. Here also it's e, not e dot next. It is v dot next. It is. So I can guess we are getting there is a shortcut to stop this. What is that one? Control Alt 3. There is no keyword with break. Control Z is not working. So review the code once again. We inserted the data system.out.println now before modifying. We got the list iterator object. We are checking whether the value is available or not. Value is available. Get the value and store into an MSG. We are printing the value. Is equals is Shrikant. Just we are modifying to Shiva, Lokesh, and e dot previous. It's not necessary. We are just e dot previous. If MSG dot equals of Rajesh, it is equals with Rajesh. We are adding one new value. Up to this one, if is going to be complete. Next, we have to close the while. We have to close, and remaining logic we given in the comments. This is our main method, and this is for the class. It's a Java C vector test.
Without closing while we return the code, restricted and all.
The commented is logic. మాట్లాడుతున్నారా కోడ్ గురించి ఆలోచిస్తున్నారా? రియల్గా మీరు కోడ్ గురించి ఆలోచిస్తే ఐ విల్ ఫీల్ వెరీ హ్యాపీ. ఓకే, ఎల్కేజీ పిల్లలు కాదు కదా, ఎల్కేజీ పిల్లలు కాదు కదా. సో ఐ హోప్ యు ఆర్ హ్యావింగ్ సమ్ కామన్ సెన్స్. మీకు వచ్చిన అవుట్పుట్ వచ్చిందా? So we remove that reading logic. First of all, slowly we'll do one thing. We'll remove one after another. This has previous and set logic will remove first. I given the logic in the comments. This previous logic I given a comment, and the adding logic I given in a comment. So now I understood what is the problem. I'll tell you what is the problem. Now you'll get the output. Vector test dot Java Java space vector test. Mahesh, Rajesh, Lokesh, and Shrikant. Because we are printing the updated value, we are not printing, right? We'll do one thing. So now it's okay. This is the maximum limit in this mic also. So I cannot use more energy because I can use my energy 1 or 2 days, right? Correct or not? You can use energy 1 or 2 days. Continuously if I use first day, ఒక రోజు పని చేస్తామండి, నెక్స్ట్ డే పని చేస్తారా? వాయిస్ పని చేస్తారా? No, right? This is the maximum energy I am using. Okay. వినపడుతుందా మీకు? Last. Just give me 5 minutes. Let me complete this one. Okay, after that it will audible. Definitely it will audible. Okay. Because next we are going to discuss my favorite topic. Okay. So my favorite topic, definitely I use my maximum energy for delivery. So for all these things, it's there is no any topic to explain here. Correct or not? Is there anything to explain? These are all experiments we are doing, right? List iterator is equals to, so what is a vector object? The vector object dot list iterator is a method. Okay. So here while list iterator dot has next is a method. This list iterator dot has next system dot out dot println system dot out dot println lit dot next. Just we are printing in the second loop. Okay. Java C vector test, Java vector test. So previously when you inserted first time, we inserted Shrika. That name is replaced with Shiva or not? Yes, that value is replaced with Shiva. What is the mistake we did in our first code is here, what we are calling here e dot previous, right? If it is reading the data, it is going to be what we are doing there, e dot previous. The cursor point will go to back position. Once again, the while loop will call next. In the while loop we are calling next. Inside the while loop what we are calling previous. So previous and next, previous and next. So there is no end for this loop, right? ఒక స్టెప్ ముందుకు వేస్తున్నారు, ఇంకో స్టెప్ వెనక్కి వేస్తున్నారు. ఎక్కడ ఉంటారు? That is what happening here. So in our previous logic we are calling next and previous, next and previous. So the position is at the same place. Okay. So this is the list iterator. For reading the data, the list iterator is providing some utility methods like you can add some data while reading, you can remove or you can replace some data. Okay. So these are the three cursors in the collection for reading the data: enumeration, iterator, and list iterator. Okay. So these are the maximum concepts in core Java, and this much knowledge is also not, this much is also not unit of this much knowledge at fresher level. All these concepts which are useful for the experienced people. Okay, these iterators. What is the difference between enumeration and iterator? Okay, what is the additional methods in the list iterator? What is the differences between set, map, and what is the first interface? List interface. Okay, so all these are for the experienced people. Even though for freshers also, if you have some knowledge, it will be better. Okay, so this is the maximum content in the core Java. Don't ask, tell me applets, AWT and swings, because those are deprecated. Those are deprecated in the sense, nowhere we are using those concepts. AWT, swings and applets, those are deprecated. Those concepts are removed from core Java content. Okay, and there is no any use also with those concepts. Okay, you want to waste your time for learning AWS swings and applets? Yesterday one person came and he's talking about applets. I was surprised. When you are going to teach applets, he's asking, boss, what you can do with applets? Okay, so those concepts are deprecated and removed from core Java. Okay, so nowhere you'll get those concepts, and there is no use also. Okay, so this is our first session. I mean, the first sprint one. Let us say the core Java, which is the basic for the next coming concepts. By using this core Java also, you cannot do anything. You cannot develop any projects with this core Java knowledge. I told you, right? Core Java. What is the actual name for core Java? Java SE, Java Standard Edition. What you can do with Java SE? Standalone applications. Standalone applications in the sense that applications is going to be work within the device. Outside the device, some other persons cannot access this, cannot access the application what you download by using the core Java. What kind of applications you can develop by using core Java? Standalone, right? Standalone means which type of applications? Calculator kind of applications you can develop. Correct or not? Only desktop applications. Okay. So core Java is a basic for the next further coming concepts. And if you have a very good knowledge, strong knowledge in core Java, you know all the, you know everything in Java. So but first be strong in core Java. For example, next we are going to discuss Android or advanced Java or some other frameworks in Java. So there, which one is going to be changed, you know? So what are the concepts you learn in core Java? Same concepts we use there. Only class names is going to be different. Technology to technology, which one is going to be changed, you know? Only the class names are going to be changed. That's it. The program writing style. Okay. So what are the access specifiers, access modifiers we are having? These will not change. Only which one is going to be changed? The class names is going to be changed from framework to framework or technology to technology. That's it. Okay. So if you have any doubts or if you are expecting few more concepts, I'll give a mail ID. At end of the session, I'll give my mail ID. Okay. If you send a mail, definitely I'll explain the concepts. Definitely I'll miss some concepts. So few things I have not discussed. Let us take arrays because all you know about arrays, the control flow statements, if, while, and all. I have not told anything. Access. What are the keywords in Java? Because I hope already you know about all these things. If you are expecting anything from me in Java, just send a mail. So this is the concept we need in core Java. Okay. So this is my mail ID. I don't know. Mail ID ఇవ్వచ్చో కూడా నాకు తెలియదు. Just to provide a better service, just to give a better service, I'm giving my mail ID. If you want anything or if you have any queries in the subject, okay, so send me a mail. Okay. So next, shall we start Android? So next 1.5 hour. Okay, I need 1.5 hour for the next concept. Just to give a small demo about Android. Okay, shall we take a break or shall we continue? Break అంటే 5 minutes తీసుకొని రండి. Okay, take a small break. Okay, next we'll start Android. Okay, so then.
మా అమ్మమ్మ మీరు ఎలా కొంచెం అంటే బ్లాక్ స్కిన్ చాలా చాలా నాకు ఈ ల్యాప్టాప్ కనిపించాలి లేకపోతే నాకు కనిపించలేదు
So, shall we start? Shall we start, boss? Some people are thinking like, I already placed, why I have to learn all these things. See, so learning things is not a wrong thing, right? Correct or not? Correct or not? Let us take my platform is, .NET, or let us take my platform is Java. Uh, one person said, "Sir, I don't like programming. I want to go to Oracle Apps." I was surprised why he wants to go to Oracle Apps. Even in the classroom also, he is not showing any interest for learning this Java and all. Because he said, "Sir, I don't want to go with the programming. I want to choose my career as Oracle Apps." I don't know who said about Oracle Apps. Okay. So how many Oracle Apps jobs are there, boss? In the industry, how many people are using Oracle as database? Very less people. In the market, maximum the companies are using SQL Server as a database. The Microsoft SQL Server as a database. If you learn Oracle Apps as a fresher, so who will take you into the company? So where you will get the jobs? You don't know, you know. So who will help you to get into a job? Fresher level, no one will ask you, I need Oracle Apps fresher. One of my friend learned already Oracle Apps. 35,000 he paid and he learned Oracle Apps. There isn't any Oracle jobs, only for experienced people. So he is not having that much capability to face an experience interview. So finally, he is writing the bank exams. Okay. So learning things is not a wrong thing. Okay. For example, now I want to learn few things first. I love to learn things, technologies especially. For example, I don't know iPhone. I want to learn iPhone. Okay. So I have money to learn iPhone. The people are also ready to teach, but I don't have time. So in your career also slowly you are going to be busy. Once if you start your career, you will not get time. Correct or not? Okay. So better learn all the things now itself. You have a lot of time. You have laptops. You have internet connection and everything. So try to learn yourself few things. Okay. So I told you right. So next we'll start what? Android. So are you satisfied with core Java? So are you satisfied in core Java? Yes or not? Okay. So because so you have to think my constraints also, because the time is one thing. Okay. Your expertise level is another thing. In my mind, so I have two things in my mind. So one thing is your expertise level. The second thing is the time period. Okay. So these two things I considered, and so I teach core Java. అంటే మీకు అంత డెప్త్గా చెప్పలేదు, ప్లస్ మరీ అంత స్లోగా ఒక లేమని చెప్పినట్టు చెప్పలేదు. ఇట్స్ ఎ మీడియం లెవెల్. నేనే చెప్తున్నాను, ఇట్స్ నాట్ కంప్లీట్లీ డెప్త్, బికాస్ యువర్ ఎక్స్పర్టైజ్ లెవెల్ ఈస్ నాట్ అన్ experience. So what are the content I given? That is a maximum content for the beginner. Okay. So even you can face experience interview also with that knowledge, the core Java knowledge what I given. But you have to be perfect. What are the content I teach? Okay. So here I told you right, my interesting topic, that is Android. I'll tell you why it is interesting topic. Okay, so a lot of things to explain, and you also a lot of things you have to learn. So how many of you know Android? In my previous batch, so how many of you know Android in the sense the entire class is raised their hands. I know Android. I know Android. Okay. So because some people will come to colleges, they will take 2 or 3 classes, 3 workshop. I mean workshop kind of thing. They will tell you what is in by Android. That's it. You also feel like I know everything in Android. Okay. So now tell me, you already know about Android, right? So what is mean by Android? Android is a operating system. Pakka? It's not Unix based, it's a Linux based operating system. Next. Open source is an advantage of Android. Open software stack to mobile devices. Next. Android is not a operating system. Your first question is answer is only the wrong thing. Android is not a operating system. Then what is Android? It's a framework. No, framework means set of class and interfaces. Next. API meaning is the same thing. The set of class and interfaces. So definition of Android is a mobile platform. The definition of Android is what? Android is a mobile platform. So which consists Android is a mobile platform which consists operating system, middleware, key applications. What is in by Android? Android is a mobile platform which consists operating system, middleware, and some key applications. This is the definition of Android from the developers who developed the Android platform. It's a mobile platform which contains operating system, middleware, and some key applications. Okay, so this is the theoretical answer. Correct or not? Okay. So now I'll explain you what is this platform, what is the operating system, what is the middleware, and what are the key applications. Okay. So I'll explain you this definition of Android with the help of the architecture. I'll explain the definition of Android with the help of the architecture. Okay. So the next thing is what? Android architecture. So what is the next one? Android architecture. So let us take Android is one Android mobile phone is an electronic device. Right? Android mobile phone is one electronic device. So let us take PC. PC is one electronic device. Even if you take this mic is also one electronic device. Okay. Even if you take AC is also one electronic device. Okay. So if you take any electronic device, the device contains 2 components. So can I know what are the 2 components? Software component and the hardware component. So if you take any electronic device, the device contains 2 components, the software component and the hardware component. Best example, let us take the PC. Okay, so in PC, I'll write some software code which is used to print some data in a printer. I'll write some software code which is used to print some data in a printer. Printer is a hardware component, and what are the code you are writing? That is a software. So will your code directly interact with the printer? No, right? With whom it will interact? Middleware. Okay, your software code is going to interact with the middleware. That middleware is going to interact with the hardware component. So can I know what is that middle layer? Can I know what is that middle layer? That middle layer is nothing but operating system is the abstraction. Abstraction means nothing but the middle layer. Operating system is the abstraction between the software component and the hardware component. So here, So what is the first one? So operating system. So if we take any electronic device, we need an operating system, right? So operating system is the abstraction between what? So one is the hardware component and the software component. Okay, fine. So operating system is an abstraction between the software component and the hardware component. You also learned operating system in your academics, right? Correct or not? OS. So what are the responsibilities of operating system? So why you need operating?
So అప్పుడు గూగుల్ సంథింగ్ ఓపెన్ హ్యాండ్సెట్ అలియన్స్ అని ఒక గ్రూప్ ఈ ఓపెన్ మీద
I think
అప్పుడు ఫస్ట్ మొబైల్ ఫస్ట్ మొబైల్ ఏంటంటే ఆండ్రాయిడ్ ఈ మొబైల్ జీవో అనమాట ఆ మొబైల్ నేమ్ సో హెచ్పి చాలా ఇప్పుడు ప్రజెంట్ అయితే ఆండ్రాయిడ్ ఓఎస్ నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ ర్యాంకింగ్
so here operating system is an abstraction between software component and hardware component. So tell me, what are the responsibilities of operating system? Storage management. Means if you create one file, let us take I'll copy one file. Okay. So who will allocate someone has to allocate some space in your hard disk, right? So who will allocate that space? Operating system. When you remove a file, you have to remove the space in the operating system. At the time of installing operating system only, I don't know you have an idea or not. It will ask you select the file management system. You want to install it NTFS or FAT32. So what is this NTFS or FAT32? So memory management techniques, right? So one of the responsibility of operating system is what? Memory management. So one of the responsibility of operating system is what? If I mute, I think they will also. We are at room 1, right? So one of the responsibility of operating system is what? Memory management. So one of the responsibility of operating system is memory management. You can manage the memory. Next, resource management in the sense. So at a time, let me complete. So at a time, you can perform multiple operations like typing a text document, browse the internet. Next, playing an audio file. Okay. So at a time, we can perform multiple operations at a time. We can perform. This is also one of the responsibility of what? This is also one of the responsibility of operating system. Resource management, memory management. Next, process management and the resource management both are same. Next, what? అక్కడ నుంచి మాకు వాయిస్ వస్తుంది సార్, అందుకే పాజ్ చేసాం. Okay. So next, what is another responsibility? Resource or process both are same boss. Okay. Next. Next, one more responsibility is driver management. For example, you will plug in a pen drive. Are you installing any software for that one? Come on, boss. Are you installing any